Okay, we can start with introductions. I am Shionka. I'm the owner and the operator of Mocha Books. And you are?
My name is Jalissa Pollard, and I am the author of My Grandma's a Lady, my first book. So I'm
That's
super
exciting.
excited. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love what you do for women, Black women, and women in general to promote their vision, uh, build their business
Oh,
profile.
thank you.
So I applaud you for giving us this platform for
I,
us. So
I
thank you
try.
so
I
much.
really, and I'm like a really big introvert. So, like, I have to, like, put myself out there and I'm like, get it together.
That's
You got
like
to
the
talk to
hard
people.
part. That's the
Yeah.
hard part.
Like,
That's
you
the
got to
hard
talk
part.
to people. You got to get out there. Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
you want
yes.
to tell us a little bit about your book?
Okay, so I have a copy of my book. There's
Yay!
going to be a little like that mirror effect, but
Mm-hmm.
this is my first book. It's titled "My Grandma is a Lady," and I wrote it about my grandmother Mildred Charles, who raised me. My
Mm-hmm.
mother passed when in 1993 when I was 4 years old, and so my maternal grandmother she raised me, and we grew up in the Catholic faith, and I wanted to honor the sacrifices she made to raise two small girls, retirement age. She's in her 60s,
Mm-hmm.
and basically raising her daughter's children. And so I wanted to have like a diverse book, something that shared a truth that I knew was real, but I didn't really see. So that was my vision for My Grandma's a Lady.
Mildred, such a popular name.
Right, I know. Like so, she was born in 1930. Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I grew up with my grandparents also. I spent a lot of
Ah,
time with my grandmother and I had to, and my grandfather actually. And we had to, like open what is it, the dictionary. We had to do like, it was me and my cousin who stayed with my grandparents a lot. And we had to like read out of the dictionary and we had to like, it was some, yeah, it was some weird stuff going on. The stuff that I'm just like not used to now.
mm,
All this tech and stuff going on. So you're
right.
just like, it's a whole nother world. Okay, let's see. So besides your grandmother, what inspired you to write, like in general?
So I have always been a book nerd, a bookworm.
Mhm.
Um, you could always find me in the library. You could like even in high school, like during lunch, I was always in the library. I was always had my nose in a book, and I just love reading and writing. I'm a school teacher. I'm actually an English teacher, creative writing major. So
Ah,
it's
cool.
very fitting that the book has come out. Um, but I always wanted to just be surrounded by books, surrounded by the love for reading and writing. And I've
Mhm.
always entered like contests with huge press, and I didn't get anywhere. I would always get the thank you for your submission, but
Right.
unfortunately we had, and you're like. So it finally just like came through in 2019. So I'm just excited, blessed, and
That's
it's like it's
awesome.
finally come to pass. So I'm excited.
Hey, I love it. I'm excited for you. Me, on the other hand, I've never. I think I didn't start like reading until about 23, 20.
Really?
Right, yeah, and I'm 32, going on 33.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
I,
30. I'm
I was
31.
just,
I'm 31.
I was not a fan, and then but I always like you, like I always entered creative writing contests and poetry things. I like to write, but the reading part, I was just not a fan of, which is
Okay.
kind of crazy because they go hand in hand. So, how long have you been a teacher?
This is gonna be my seventh year teaching. Pray for me, girl. Look, I still can't believe I made it. Because so something that you just said, being an introvert, I
Mm-hmm.
never thought that I would be able to teach. So I was just thinking I'm going to write, but I didn't know how to. It took like 7 years for it to, come
Mm-hmm.
out. But being an introvert, um, it has its ups and downs with teaching. But one thing I did realize that with teaching, your superpowers come out. Like whenever you are in front of the
Mm-hmm.
children and whenever you are sharing like the content, your passion comes out, and they respect you for that. What I had challenges with was, the management part. Like, how do you manage today's, the millennials, like the real millennials. So so teaching is good. I'm an online teacher right now. Thank you. Like, that's like the next, if you are a classroom teacher, try to get into the online virtual world. Like, just try to break into that, because I think that's going to be the education of the future.
I can definitely see that.
So I'm there. I'm working from home now. I work with my kids. It's very a wonderful thing. I've been having a really great year. So this is my 7th year. So doing good.
Yeah, I can see that happening, because when I was in college, that's all. Every time I got my schedule together, I was like, all right, which one has the online classes? Like, I did not want to be in that classroom. So
with all those people and all those personalities and opinions, and I just want to hear I just want to hear the teacher talk. Sometimes you don't want to hear those outside voices, that noise. So.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's see. What else did I have? I don't remember the questions that. Okay, you guys. So after this interview, I will be posting the blog interview. It will be the same, kind of the same questions. The live interview was a little bit more in depth, because we're actually able to see and speak to each other. But the blog interview will be posted today. Let's see. So, any challenges about writing the story?
My challenges with writing the story, I'm kind of like a Twilight Zone type of person. So I would visit my Google Doc like in the middle of the night, and when it was like, when it came to me, it's like a wave almost. So my challenge was getting it published. The writing part just kind of came out, but actually just getting it published, getting someone to recognize that it was, a story that needed to be heard, that it was valuable, and that people shared this vision. I just knew that I wasn't the only person who loved their grandmother, who grew up the way that I grew up in South Louisiana. So I guess I was just looking for my tribe, really. Just wanted to just see who else was out there.
And who's the book published by?
So my publisher, absolutely amazing. A company called Melanin Origins. It's a guy. Are you familiar with Melanin Origins? Are you familiar with Melanin Origins?
Yes, I love it.
Oh my gosh, Louis is like the GOAT. I love him. Oh my goodness, like he really. I've always had the saying, employ your weakness. So he has like a perfect formula for those who have an idea, who have a vision. And he literally just had all the pieces in place to make the book come to life. Like, I sent him the manuscript, and he gave me the illustrator, like paperback, hardback, Kindle, the followers, the love, the support, and really just the guidance, like the coaching in your ear. So I really, Melanin Origins is the way to go. Hello, everyone.
That's dope. I think when I first started reviewing books, about 2 years ago, I think I have about two books that they've published. I know there was one on, it's like the Tuskegee Airmen. I can't remember the name, but yeah, I've reviewed that book, and I think I reviewed another one. But they are awesome. The whole thing is incredible.
I'm trying to put this little thing down. Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let's see. What do you like to do when you're not working?
Oh my God.
As an educator or as an author, when you're not writing, or what do you like to do outside of that?
I love happy hour. Happy hour and teaching go hand in hand. I love spending time with my friends. I love just watching Korean super thrillers on Netflix. I love spending time with my family. Yes. I was raised by my grandmother. I still like to go to bingo on Sundays. I still like to just be in tune with the like-minded people around me. So I'm so glad I found this tribe, all these women on Instagram, on social media, who are literally doing the damn thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. So lately, I've just been reaching out to people, searching for ways to promote the book, and like inviting myself to events and whatnot. So it's been awesome.
That's how you got to do it. You got to put yourself out there. Yeah, I get it all the time, and they're like, are you going to be at such and such? And I'm like, no, probably not. And then even with the bookstore that I have, the physical location, I'm a teacher's assistant, so I can only go like on the weekends, and then sometimes stuff happens, and then like it's a lot. But yes, I love that you're putting yourself out there. Yeah, get in those conversations. I just be scrolling. Instagram is it's a black hole. You go down the rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole. I feel like the black Alice. Like you just get lead to lead. I'm like, oh my.
I agree.
I have a question for you. How did you get how did you, I don't say the confidence, how did you get the confidence to get like a physical, like how did you was just like, this is what I'm going to do. This is my vision. I want to promote, like even just like all the paperwork, getting the room. Like how did this just come to fruition for you? Like I'm so inspired and impressed.
Oh, thank you. Do you mean like in general or the location?
The location.
Well, actually, I used to do it out of my home.
Okay.
And the more reviews I got, the more people that came, the more authors and illustrators and publishers. Like it's just everybody, and educators and parents and all that. So I started off with the books that me and my children had in our home, and the books the books that we were just outgrowing. What's up? Why? Why? Sorry, 1 second.
You're fine.
I'll text you. Oh, good. Okay. I was supposed to be watching my niece, and her mom is taking her. Okay. Yeah, she threw me off. The house. Yes. Okay. So, the space just got to be too big.
Okay.
Too small. So
yeah.
Yes, and not only am I like, I don't really like labels, but that's how everybody gets it. So not only am I an introvert, but I just don't like stuff. So it was stuff in the living room, and it was stuff in my room. And I was like, really, all I just want in my room is a bed. Like it was just everywhere. So I'm like, okay, let me get a space. And just so happened I was on Craigslist, and there was this office space. So it is I don't really like to call it a store. It's a small office space. It's probably like less than 200 square feet. Okay. And so it's in a shopping center. But, I try to be more relatable to people, and I try to put myself out there and everything like that. So I was like, okay, you can't just have an office. Like people, you got to invite people in, and it's crazy because it seems like I have a big following online, but in my area, nobody really knows. I'm like, I be on social media, or I'll see someone and they're like, oh, I didn't know that. And I'm like, yeah, like most of the people in my town do not know that I have the business, which is really crazy to me. But yeah, I wanted it to be not really a store. I call it a reading room. I just want people to come in, and I'm like, you can purchase books, right? But I want you to come in, and I want you to hang out. I'm going to get a table, so everybody can play like chess and things like that. I just want people to come and chill and to see all the books that nobody is really getting to see. Because even the inventory that I have, they're like, oh, I didn't know that. And, oh, like this is, my son would love this book, and my daughter. Right. And so I wouldn't say I have the confidence yet. Like I put myself out there, but even when somebody comes in, I'm just like, oh, hi. And then I get, I'm like, oh, and they start asking me questions, and I'm like, oh, well, and then I start stuttering. It's like, It's crazy. I'm trying though. I'm trying.
No, hey, you look. If you
Okay.
build it, they will come. If you build it, I came like I was like, okay. I love it. I love it.
I think we have a question. Let's see. I need another book for my 9-year-old to get into. Any suggestions?
Which grade is what grade is our 9-year-olds? Is that like fourth grade? Fourth grade.
Third to fourth. My daughter's 10, so yeah.
I'm trying to think. What are they? The Jaden Toussaint books. Maybe I can type.
Yes.
Oh my God, you know Jaden?
Yes, Marty. Yes, I love that. I love her too.
Hold on, I'm about to type this. Jaden Toussaint. I met Marty Dumas. She's from New Orleans, Louisiana. Teacher, and I just absolutely love the idea of an intelligent Black boy with the afro.
Yes.
Who had a personality, who was not afraid to articulate himself. So the Jaden Toussaint series, absolutely. Easy read, like you can read it in an afternoon. So I would suggest that for that who's looking for that book.
And I love that it's kind of like a graphic novel. Like it's kind of like in a comic format, but not really. It just
the pictures are excellent.
Okay,
there we go. Okay.
Whenever someone asks about a book suggestion, I get like deer in headlights because you gotta. To me, I'm like, you gotta be specific. You gotta. When someone asks me, like someone in my family, there was this guy I knew, a friend, and he would say, "Hey, I really want to get into reading. What do you suggest?" And I'm like, well, what do you like?
Right. Which genre do you want a male character, female character? Do you want past, present? Do you want to be like super militant? Do you want to have like children? Do you like it's
a lot going on. And even with the types of reading, I'm like, do you want a book in your hand? Do you like tech? Will it help if you drive a lot and you have to look to options? I'm like, you gotta help me help you. Like
right.
So I'm going on. Okay. Are you currently working on anything else? Is there another one?
No. This is the crazy part. My grandma as a lady was like a kind of like a bucket list type thing, but now people I'm thinking about the second book and the third book in the series of I want to write about the signs of grace, about the different like rites of passages in our Catholic Church. So like getting your first communion, doing your first confession,
I love that.
confirmation, just all these different sacraments, if you will, and just sharing the the Black side, what it looks like on our end. So it's really the same, but just with our image, with our representation.
You don't know a lot of Black Catholic people.
It's like we're invisible. Like even in searching for and even like seeking people to share the book with, and finding the parishes with a strong Black Catholic presence, I was amazed that they had so many. I was like, and so that's how I knew that I was not alone, that it was something valuable, but I just hadn't seen it yet. And so I think there's a quote: if you haven't, what is it? Like, if you haven't seen the book you wanted, or if you haven't seen the story, like, you need to write it. So with all the people in my life, and with all the wonderful educators and powerful, strong intellectual people, I knew that this was something that would be accepted. That's something that people could relate to, and I'm just so absolutely glad anytime someone commends me, or someone's like, "Oh my gosh, this reminds me of my grandmother," or I can relate. You're not alone. It makes you feel like you're not alone.
I love that it was something different. When I read the description of it, I was just like, oh, that it's really one of the first books that I have read that's talking about the content that you put in the book. So I love that. I love how I'm not getting books that are all the same. There is wide variety of books that are being sent to me.
Absolutely.
I would have never known had not gotten on Instagram. I'm like, who are these people? Where are
right? Absolutely, it's a legion, for they are many. Like, and it makes me proud that we are contributing to the literary canon. Like, we are not going to let books become extinct. We have to get this. We have to get these stories out. And I love that now in this age, it's more accessible. You can share your story and really have that pride and ownership of being an author, of being a businesswoman, of being professional. And it's just, I love the fire. Catch your fire. Absolutely love it.
I love that there's a lot of educators. I don't want to just say teachers, but there's a lot of educators who are writing. Like, you know, you, Marty, who else? There's someone else that I know of. Hey, when I forget people's names.
And I honestly feel like we secretly wanted to be writers, and then we're like, we're teaching too, and it's like, okay, let me, you know, you witness the children being engaged with the books, being consumed with the books, and you're just like, oh my goodness. I remember when I was in their shoes, and I was the teacher who showed them their book, you know, the book that inspired their love for reading. So it's like you almost just want to pass the torch. I love it. It's amazing.
That's so cool. Okay, let's see. What have we not talked about? Where can this book be purchased? We don't want to close that out. Not know.
So My Grandma is a Lady. You can find it on Amazon. So if you literally just type the title, My Grandma is a Lady by Jalissa Pollard. I have it in paperback. Paperback is $16. Excuse me, paperback is $12. Hardcover is $16. And Kindle is like $6.99. So it is for sale. It's been doing extremely well. And it's crazy because, like you said about the people in your city, my cousins on my grandma's side, they don't know about the book. Like, you know, they just find out on Facebook. They just find out. It's like, oh, that's what, you know, I'm like,
right.
I'm like, I've sold this many copies, and I feel like the world still doesn't know. My state, my city, my parish still doesn't know about it. So just wait until they find out. I'm just like ecstatic. Just wait. Like, it's like blowing my mind already. I'm like, oh my goodness.
When did it come out? What was the date?
It was September 13th, Friday the 13th. I remember that day. Oh my goodness. Yes.
That's so cool. I'm excited for you. I know that it's different, and children can see themselves in it. That's what I'm
right.
What are those dolls?
Those are the main characters.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, Grandma. This is Amelie.
Aw, that is so cool.
So, when I got the so my illustrator, her name is Hatice. She's from Turkey, and when she sent me the pictures of the girls, I absolutely knew that I was gonna get crochet dolls made of them. I love dolls. At one point, I believe I was trying to make dolls. And I knew that I wanted to, it's like an excuse to spend money, right? I knew I wanted to have them come alive. So my doll maker, her name is Tammy B. She's Tammy B Creations on Instagram. Literally, people come to my display tables due to the dolls. Like, they are like absolutely beautiful, handmade. Like, she has a gift. So it's just all a part of this wonderful journey I've been having with My Grandma is a Lady. Yes,
I was just going to ask you that. Do you take them to your events?
Whenever I walk out, it like draws people's attention. Like, oh my God, those are the dolls for sale? I'm like, no, they're not for sale. But yes, like they draw attention to me because it brings like nostalgia. Like, so many people have been like, oh, my daughter had, it's like a Cabbage Patch doll, you know, like, so it starts conversation. Yeah. It starts conversation. It's wonderful. Yes.
Okay, so let's see. If anyone has any more questions while we're on here.
Thank you all so much for joining and showing support for me. It's my first time on live. I'm so excited, y'all.
That's so cool. It's interesting to see how many people don't use live. The first author live I did, neither one of us had did it, so we were doing.
It's still
We
new.
both
Like, where's everybody from? Like, I'm from Louisiana. You're from Oklahoma. Like, our members who are in the live, where are you guys from? Like, I'm always interested to see how like far-reaching, social media is. So I'm always interested to see where everybody is from.
This Bookstagram community, it's kind of like, how do I say? Like, it's hidden, but it's not hidden. Like, it's always been out there, but you never knew anything about it. Cause I'm like, wait, that's
until
a
you fall
Bookstagram?
in. It's like somebody told me, like, it's like whenever you buy a new car, or you buy a new car and then you start seeing the car on the road, because it's like on your radar now, right? So that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm just like, I didn't know they have these many, this many authors and so many people committed to literacy. Like, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. It's a blessing. And I'm glad to say that I'm, marching in. So it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yes.
We have Tamika's from Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be in Atlanta next Saturday at Brookhaven Public Library in DeKalb County. The wonder of Instagram. I can't remember whose page I was on, but I think they maybe followed you. It was somebody, but it ended up being, so I graduated from Louisiana State University. My mentor, like one of my mentors from LSU, saw a post on Instagram, right? DMs me, congratulations. She has an organization titled, what is it called? Oman Baka. And it's like a Pan-African group. She is promoting women and girls and wellness and business literacy. And she was like, oh my gosh, you've got to come to Atlanta. We've got to partner with one another. And so a lady I met in 2006, found her on Instagram 3 weeks ago. And now, I'm at her event. Like, it goes fast. Like, catch your fire. Like, if you are on like the cusp, I promise you, if you like walk out on the water, the people come. Like, it's amazing, the energy and the vibrations and like the law of attraction, how you can it just comes. Like, if you just meditate on it, you just follow the people on Instagram.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It's like someone tried to call me and now I can. Oh. It's like your voice is a little lower. I'm like, what happened? Let's see. There's someone from New Jersey and Florida.
Oh, awesome. My family is based in Jacksonville, Florida. So shout out to Florida. I love visiting Florida. That's wonderful.
Have you ever looked at your insight? Do you have a business profile or do you have a regular profile?
For Instagram?
For Instagram.
I have a regular profile. I probably need to switch so tell me about that. Tell me about
yes. It shows you all your insights. So usually when I look at the insights, it tells me how many people have followed, how many people have unfollowed, how many people visit at this time and at this day. Right. It's a lot.
So like stats. Like
yes,
quantitative data kind of. Okay.
So usually when I see it, it tells you like the most visitors from states or something like that. So I think the most that visit is from New York and Atlanta. It's just always really interesting to see where people are from. So I would definitely switch over to a business profile. I had both. I had a business profile and a personal one, and then I had like a Twitter, and I don't like all that stuff, so I'm like, I got to get rid of stuff.
That's where Shaka?
Yes.
Shaka Khan. So that's where I am right now. Like, even like posting, like even just posting daily. Like, I've got to, like you said, that's self-promotion. I've got to like just get it in myself to be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like, this is, just my Saturday thing. Like, no, this is blowing up. Like, I've got to keep going and walking into my destiny. So, business profile. Got it. I got it.
Yes, I would definitely get on that.
Okay.
It's a little, I would definitely say it's a little overwhelming than a personal profile is, but yes, I just want to warn you.
Right.
But considering, you want to go into a book series and, this is where you're headed and this is the path that you're on, I would definitely recommend getting one.
Yes. Gotcha. Okay.
Awesome. Right. I think we are done with questions. Okay, other than the event you have in Atlanta, do you have anything else coming up that you would like to share?
Oh, absolutely. So in 2020, in February, so I've noticed that I've been really hot in certain months. In November is Black Catholic History Month, so I visited right. Who knew that, right? Who knew that, right? So November is Black Catholic History Month, everyone. And so I went to a few parishes as their like featured speaker, and I shared the book, and everybody was amazed, because once again we're like invisible, right? So just moving the invisibility cloak, Harry Potter, and saying that we are here, and and we are real. In February, so November, Black Catholic History Month, and then February, the real, Black History Month. I'm going to be in Missouri City, Texas. There's a church out there that I'm going to be a speaker for Black History Month. And in Niceville, Florida, they have a huge Black History celebration with the choir and different guest speakers. And so I'm going to be going to Florida in February as well. So
awesome! I love that you have things already set up, rolling into the new year. I love it.
My anxiety is like, like I've got to just meditate, follow up with people. So I'm so excited about it as well. Like
I'm excited
something to do
for
on the weekends now. So it's fun. It's awesome.
I would say, do you have a set time that you focus on author things rather than, being an educator and things like that?
I'm so glad you said that. I was just telling my husband, I said, we need to have like a set time where we're like exploring all this instead of like in the middle of the night, in the twilight zone. So getting more precise, getting more organized, getting more structured so that it can unfurl more smoothly for the good of all people. So I'm excited about that.
Hello, Allie. Someone just joined us. Yes, hello. I have so Monday and Sunday I tend to say I don't need to be on, and you're right, I said stay because I'm usually doing stuff. I don't need to be on. I don't need to be working on anything. Not only do I work in education, but I'm a mom of two, so I'm just like, you got to get it together. You got to spread your time out evenly, but it's just, I literally do my business from my phone. There is just so interesting. Everything that I do is on my phone between my website and just like everything. So anytime I pick it up, it's like by habit now, the phone is just there at the hip. So I would just pick it up and I'll look at it. And I'll be like, oh, I'm like, no, put it down. And then I'll get it and I'll start opening stuff. And I'm like, don't do it, get off. So I need to be a little bit more strategic with it, and I need to stick to it. So yes, definitely you keep some time for yourself. That's one of my biggest things when anybody asks me anything about what I'm doing. Make sure you keep time for yourself.
Pay yourself first. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, smartphones were a game changer. Yes, said. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. All right. Okay. Before we end, is there anything else that you would like to share?
My Grandma is a Lady is on sale for Amazon right now. We have reached number 1 on the hot new release list twice.
Yay!
So let's keep the fire going. Let's keep it rolling. I want to thank you, Shionka, for letting me even just be on your platform. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of you who have joined. Just for believing and supporting and just keeping our literacy going and our magic. So thank everybody. Thank you.
That's right. Okay, and I'm going to save this live I hate how you can't download it and share it, but I'm going to make things work, and I'm going to record it with my other phone.
Amen.
And we're going to put this on YouTube. I want you to, have it forever, and I want it to be saved and everything like that. So the minute that I get it together and get it on YouTube, I will definitely let you know.
Thank you so much.